Welcome to My Pajero Sport. It's a new channel. This is probably video number one, but the way my brain works, who'd know. And today we're going to do a very quick and easy installation of an air filter. And let's have a look at it. So this Pajero Sport, I bought this 2 weeks ago, according to the dealership that I bought it from. It had just been serviced. The car is 5 years old. It's a 2016 model and it's got 104,000 kilometres on it, and I've done about 400 or 500 kilometres on it since I bought it. Not a lot, but it's going okay. But you know, a sensible person would kind of check a few things before they go venturing on long trips. And I'm in Sydney and we're heading down to Melbourne in a few days' time, and so I had a bit of a look at a few things, battery terminals and things like that, and I discovered that well, the battery here hadn't been quite put in properly. This little foot here hadn't been secured in properly, but it has now. It was they'd tightened it all the way up, but they actually had the bottom little hook thing in the wrong hole, and so therefore nothing was tight at all. So that was quickly sorted out, and all the fluid levels are pretty right. And I thought, okay, we'll have a bit of a look at the air filter, and it's easy to pull apart. There's a couple of tabs. Let's get a torch. There we are. There's a couple of tabs down there. Where are we? Right there. There's one there, and its very close cousin is just in there. So they're just a hinge or a pivot point or a retainer, whatever you want to call them. There's a spring clip there, and there's another spring clip there. So all you got to do is just put your thumb on there and give it a bit of a belt, and off it comes. Lift, and doing it one-handed, of course, is slightly more difficult. But lift, and there's an electrical cord here that goes into what I'm assuming is the mass airflow sensor, and if you undo it off its little clips, that'll lift right up, and we can hold that out of the way with the camera hand, and we can lift the filter out of there and have a look at it. And I would regard that, even with the strobing that I can see on the screen from the LED light that I've got, I would regard that as pretty filthy. And I actually tapped that out. I actually pulled this out the other day and I gave a bit of a tap out on the concrete curb, which is when I decided to buy the filter. And I bought that filter and a cabin filter and an oil filter and a fuel filter, all for the princely sum of $50 for the lot, which I thought was pretty good value off your favourite auction and buy it now site. You guessed the one. So we're going to put a new one in. We're going to have a bit of a look in there. As you can see, it's a little bit filthy. It needs a wipe out. I'm just going to get an old microfiber towel, and it's slightly dampened, and I'm going to wipe that out, and you don't need to see that because I can't wipe and film at the same time. Alrighty, so we've just spent 10 minutes, I guess, cleaning that out and getting it as good as we can. There was a small beach just around about there in among all those ribs, so I actually got this air compressor, which I happened to find on a junk heap this morning, so that was a good find and very handy. I did have all the hoses though from another compressor that I own that has broken, but I gave the sand and stuff a bit of a blowout. I put a rag in there first where the MAF is, just to make sure. And even the MAF's not looking the cleanest there, I'd say. There's a little bit of dust on that, so I'll probably get some MAF cleaner at some point and give it a bit of a clean out, give it a squirt. Don't use anything else because apparently it can harm it. It will leave a residue on the mass airflow sensor and cause it to misread. If these things are anything like the Volkswagen that I've owned before. And anyway, so we've cleaned that out. We've got it as clean as we can. I mean, there's still a little bit of dust and stuff sitting on the plastic. I don't think that's going to cause an immediate engine failure. we've got the new air filter out, and I'm very impressed with this because one, there's our old one, and have a look at the pleats in that, and they're all over the shop, they're all over the place like a mad woman's washing, and apologies to all mad women out there, but that's full of crud. It's got the 3 stabilising strips of glue across there, just so that they all stay apart. Right, so if we have a look down there, you can see right down the deep dark depths of the pleats, there's a fair bit of dirt there, remembering that I tapped this out like a week ago. There's some large particulate matter, so not that clean. And what I've just noticed with this new air filter, the Sakura, and I can assure you they are not a sponsor. I wish someone would sponsor me in one of my YouTube channels. I do have another YouTube channel. It's called the Bondi Scrapper. It's for people that like scrapping things and finding things on the curb. But pleats, lovely uniform pleats, plenty of them, which gives you plenty of surface area for the air to get through. The more surface area you got, obviously the more air will flow through. But it's also got this lovely fine foam pre-filter, which I thought was just a protective covering, but no, it is part of the filter, so that's fantastic. I like that. I'm going to put it in. Let's see if I can do it one-handed. Right, so here we go, and it's not a square filter, it's rectangular, so it can only go in one way. You can see the pleats run side to side. Let's get that in, and I like to give them a bit of a wiggle and make sure that this rubber seal is seated onto the edge of the filter box. So, and now I've unseated it. Well done. And oh, I like this. If you push it down, you can feel it closing up the gap. Then get our box top. Make sure you haven't caught the wire. Get those little captive tabs seated. Push down at the other end. Put your hand with the camera on top. Come in and just click the spring clip over. Job done there. Click the MAF sensor wire back in. Try not to break the tab off. Possibly try doing it actually looking at the tab rather than looking through the camera. And there you have it. Job done. One clean air filter. Gosh, so I've been getting around here where I live, which is very close to the city. I've been getting about 10.5 litres to the 100 k's, and out on the highway I've been getting around about 8 litres to the 100 k's, and hopefully that will improve that just a smidge. Anyway, that's it. My Pajero Sport. I know nothing about four-wheel drives. I know nothing about diesels. Never owned a four-wheel drive before. Not a proper four-wheel drive. I've had a couple of Subarus, or one Subaru, 2. Gen 2 Legacy and a Subaru Outback at one point. When I did my apprenticeship many moons ago, I did actually do work on Series 2 and Series 3 Land Rovers and FJ45, I think they were called, FJ45 Land Cruisers, and Bedford trucks that were 6-wheel drive and blah blah blah. But the fact of the matter is that during my apprenticeship I learnt almost nothing because I had an alcoholic boss. Anyway, you and we're both going to learn about Pajero Sports, and that's why it's called My Pajero Sport, because we're on that learning curve. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment if you want. You can put crap on me if you want. I don't care. It doesn't really worry me. You can leave encouragement, and it'd be a really big favour if you subscribe to the channel. That'd be a great favour. Subscribe to the channel so that you can watch it and go, oh God, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Subscribe to the channel so you can go, oh, that was a good idea. Let's just see how we go. See if we can make a bit of a thing of this. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.